Hello team, Blair here once again to take you through our cardio session for the day. I have the assistance of Bianca, one of our head coaches at Pinnacle Health Clubs. In today's session, we will be getting your heart rate up as always, and we do highly recommend that you have your heart rate graphs and things like that, sweaty selfies and posting it in that Yammer group, create that community, create a bit of banter and a bit of accountability as well with your training. What you'll need today is you need a fair bit of space just so we can have short runs and that sort of thing, just with our warm up, which we're going to do. You also need a drink bottle or a dumbbell if you have that accessible, or anything that's weighted that you can press overhead. If you can't press overhead, if you've got limitations with shoulders, that's fine as well. It's not a problem. I'm going to go through our warm-up, and probably the most important thing, make sure you have a mat or a towel, something like that, soft on the knees, because that's where we're going to start now with our warm-up. I'm going to get Bianca to go hands and knees, and she's going to do some reach and rotates. What we want to do with this one is get our shoulders as close to the ground as we can. You can see that. Whatever works best for you guys. So 5 on each side. So we always start with the slow build, always go through our light mobility stuff, and then we start to get the heart rates up and a bit of movement. So she's going to go 5 of those. Once she's done with those, she's going to roll it over to her back, just because I want to make her get up and down. And she's going to do some glute bridges for me. So she's going to do 10 of those. I'm just going to stand on the other side. If you want to make this a little bit more gauging in the calves and the hammies, you can pop up onto the toes instead of through the heels. So whichever variation of those two works best for you guys. Okay, I'm going to get her to jump up on her feet. Just going to get into a deep squat the best you can with that. We're just going to rotate through the ankles. So you can see that she's got her chest up as best she can. She's got her elbows in between her knees, just rocking back and forth. A lot more better mobility than myself. Good work, B. Big thank you. Great. The next one we're going to do an arabesque. So if you've seen any dancing in your time, it's going to look something like this. If you need to hold on to something, that's great. What you wouldn't be doing, you see B is pointing her toe here. Just getting a nice squeeze to the glutes as well. Making sure the hips aren't rotating too much. So you're going to do 10 of those each side, guys. Like I said, if you struggle with balance, of course, you can hold on to something. That's totally fine. We're going to start to lift the intensity in about a minute's time. It's just a few more things we're going to do with our mobility. One of my personal favorites is coming up with our leg swings. We've got the bar here as well, which is perfect for it. Drinking bird, this one resembles as well. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do our leg swings across the side and the front. So Bianca is doing a kick throughs there. Obviously start a little bit smaller and get into a big one if that's what you need to do. So 10 on both sides. So we're going to do 10 through those. Then we're going to go 10 across the front on both sides. Easy job for me today, just spectating. Then you can see her transitioning and going straight across the front. Get as far or as short as you can go with those, whatever suits. Okay, so in a few seconds, you're going to need that bit of clearance for a bit of a jog. So we're going to do some calf pumps. If you've ever done those before with us, you're about to find out. Just need a little bit of room. It's not for really fast acceleration, but we are going to go forward and back with these movements. So I'm going to get Bianca to do some calf pumps. So she's going to sit her heels as far down to the ground as she can. When she's done her 10, she's going to go for a short acceleration just towards the door. And then she's going to backpedal back. Just go at your pace. We're going to do 3 of those. Give yourself a bit of clearance. Yeah, 10 more calf pumps. Just ready to sprint then out the door. It's a good thing I had it closed today. Okay, the next one we're going to do is an A skip. So how that looks is getting a little bit of a drive through the knee and up on the toe. You don't have to do that little jump that I just did if you have bad joints. So we're going to do that up and back 3 times. And we're pretty close to starting our session in about 2 minutes time. Just to prepare you for your session in 2 minutes time, you will need your weight to be putting over your head. Go one more. Coaches can't count, guys. We all know this. Well, we talk and can't multitask. That's our issue. So next one, guys, what we're going to do, we're just going to get into star jumps for 15 seconds. So I'm just going to get B to show you what that looks like. You can take the impact out of it as well by just sticking a leg out to the side. Perfect. I'm sure you knew what I was going to say. So 15 seconds of those. That's great. Going to transition into some high knees right about now for the last 15. So heart rate should be up and ready to go. You got 10 seconds, guys. Really pump them out. Pump them out. Come on, B. The best that you can do, guys. All right, so 2, 1, rest. Get a few sneaky ones in. Grab your drink bottles and grab whatever you need. Get your sweat towels ready. What we're going to do today is straightforward in the way that it works. All the numbers you need to remember today is 10. Make sure you remember 10. So you've got 2 exercises to work through. So we're going to do our weighted squats, overhead press, or a thruster you may have here. So I'll get Bianca to show me a thruster just so you guys know how that looks. So just got it in that rack position there in front of the chest, and then extending right up above the head. So if you can't do any overhead movement, don't do the overhead movement, of course. If you've got bad knees, you can just do the overhead. So there's a few variations there. Our second one is our sit-up variations, which we're going to start on. I'm going to go to show you a few variations of that, and we're going to start in 15 seconds time. So we've got that variation. We've got the full range. And if you wanted to grab your weight in, you can do that too. All right, so we're going to start in 3 seconds, guys, on those sit-ups. You're going to do 10 reps of those and then transition to the thrusters. So if we go in 2, 1, you have 5-minute rounds. You can do full range like Bianca's doing here, or you can just opt for a crunch where you're just getting your shoulders off the ground. Just make sure she's doing a really good job of keeping her neck and torso in line. It's always good to think of that. I personally can't do these ones. I wish I was joking. Into your thrusters, and as always, start slow and then start to build, because you want to be making sure that you're feeling good. And B's doing a few variations there. Just got your traditional goblet squats, we call these ones. Got your full thrusters, and then you just got your overhead presses. So a few different options there for you all. Hope she's counting because I'm not. So I've got B through 1 round. If you want to try and beat the coach, of course, you can try and get as many rounds as you can. B's on 1 in 1 minute, which was demonstrating. So I suggest we'll probably get 5 on that. She's not going to like me after today, but that's okay. What else is new? As always, guys, if you need any rest in between these ones, of course, if you want to raise the intensity, of course you can. Just go over how you feel. Make sure you give us plenty of shout outs to your colleagues and how you went. She's starting to work up a bit of a sweat now, I think. That's a yes. So once again, there's a few variations with your sit-ups, guys. Bianca's gone for the full range. If you can do that, that's great. If you just want to do crunches, you can just do normal crunches. She's not going with the easy option, I don't think. Great work. So we've got 3 minutes to go, guys. It is a long working block, so just remember that as well. Hopefully you haven't sprinted too quickly out of the blocks. And as B showed you in the first few rounds, you can just do a squat, do your overheads. Hopefully up to 3 or 4 rounds. See how we go. I was going to give you 4, B. Okay, at the halfway mark, guys, you do have a 90-second break after this working period, so keep that in mind. Best part of the session, of course. Best part for me is I don't have to do much. It's always good. go. She's killing it. Making it look easy. I'm glad it's you today because my arms are sore and my legs are sore. All for the good cause. Down to your last 2 minutes, guys. Get as much done as you can, of course. With this one, if you want to make it a bit more difficult, you can have a weight in your hand as well. So it's up to you how you want to go about that one. Weight in front of head. So get your 90 seconds to go, roughly. Just working our way through that. There you go, mate. She's going great. Good to hear. It's a good thing you've eaten lunch. Quick lunch break, thanks. Great work, guys. You've just got over a minute to go now. Try and get as many rounds done as you can, maintaining good form as always. And just facilitate accordingly within it to be harder or easier, depending on how you're feeling. Feel any back pain or anything, make sure it is just shoulder blades off the ground. Great work, guys. Well into our last minute now. We've got 45 seconds to go. I suspect we might get one more round of both those exercises. Make sure you get your full range as well. There we go. Real sprint towards the finish line. We're just about there. Got 30 seconds to go. I like that she's gone for the hard variation the whole way. Hope you guys are out there challenging yourself as well. Last 20. She's going to get that in. Great work. You got 10 seconds. Might get a few cheeky reps in. She's determined to get that 10 done, I think. That's a yes. We're only a little bit competitive here. 8.5 will pay that. Great job, guys. You got a minute and a half rest. Good work, B. Killing it. Good work, guys. So our next pairing of exercises we've got, I'm just going to talk about them first and then we'll go through it. Let Bianca catch her breath. I might actually show you the first one. So we've got kneel to stands and then we've got shoulder taps. So with your kneel to stands, if you have something close by, you can use that. That's totally fine. I would highly recommend it if you've got bad joints. This one is good for hip hinging, which is great. And our second one is our shoulder taps. How you feeling? You good? Lovely. What B's doing really well here is she's nice and flat through the back, nice and stable through the hips. So she's going 10 taps on each side. If you want to make that a bit easier, you can go to the knees. That's totally fine, whatever you need to do for that one. With the kneel to stands as well, just to go back to those, you can make that a bit more difficult with weight in your hand. If you want to make it super difficult, up above the head. Up to you though. I'd highly recommend utilizing something new if you've got bad joints. So we're going to start in 15 seconds. So make sure we're ready to go. Our magic number is 10 once again. So just going at your own pace. My advice is start the slow build and start to pick it up as you go. All right, time on, guys. In 2, 1, off we go. You can see B's opted for this one. Textbook, absolute textbook. You can alternate these, or we can do 10 on the one leg and then come back to the other one for your next round of them. Whichever you prefer. She's at a very high pace at the start there. See how much she's got left for the rest of the session. Everything. You can see that, guys. She's going for the harder variation, as always. She's got plank taps. So she's tapping the opposing shoulder. Also got the knee variation as well. As long as you're bracing, got that nice flat back, slight curve in the lower back, but nothing excessive. Yeah, needs to be a bit closer, I think. Yeah. Great work, guys. Already a minute into that one. Might feel like a lot longer, but I trust that it is a minute. So trying to get some full body movements incorporated today if you haven't noticed that already. Especially now that we've got you all moving a little bit more after our first few sessions. Let's have a bit of a stretch while I watch. 90 seconds in. Doing really well, guys. Those ones should take a little bit of time to do. It's okay if it seems like they're taking a bit of time because they're meant to. 10 reps on each side. This is Bianca's warm-up every day, by the way, guys. That's why it looks like she's doing it easy. As soon as I said that, she slipped. Great job, guys. You're approaching the halfway mark of this round, just about halfway through your session for the day, in fact. So that's exciting for us all. As much as we like exercising, we love how we feel after it when it's done. Great way to start the day if any of you are early birds. Great job, guys. Past halfway mark now. All downhill from here. If you want to start picking up the pace, of course, and getting as many rounds as you can, highly recommend you start doing that. Whilst maintaining, you can see B's going fast. However, she is maintaining as best she can. 10 on each side. She's regretting not having a heart rate monitor today. She's working hard. 2 minutes to go, guys. Should be starting to chip away at that one. If you have someone that you're competing against at home, I'd love to hear about how you've gone against them as well. And once again, we've got a 1.5 minute break coming up once this working block is over. How many rounds have you got? 27 rounds, guys. Good news. We'll stick to 10s. Just got over a minute to go now, guys. This is where you start to really pick up the pace. Obviously within your own limitations, of course. Doing well. Awesome. Hopefully you all got a decent sweat on at home. Great work, guys. Under that last minute, should be able to get through 1 or 2 rounds. Let's make sure I don't walk into anything behind me. This is why we clear space at the start for coaches as well. I'm very, very impressed on what my colleague's doing right here. Hopefully you guys are doing well out there as well. You've got 30 seconds to go. Suspect we might get through. I shouldn't encourage. I think we'll get through one more. Great job, guys. Getting that full hip extension like you can see Bianca doing there. Really pushing the hips forward. You can alternate knees if you like, or you can just opt the one like she's doing here. Great job, guys. Last few seconds coming up. She might sneak that in. 2, 1. Great job, B. Good work, guys. High fives all around once again. Got a 1.5 minute rest. Make sure you have a drink. You got a sweat towel. Make sure wipe down yourself, wipe down your spaces. So our next 2 exercises in our round is we've got high knees, which we've featured before. That can be a march on the spot as well if you're not good with impact. And we've got a different plank variation to what we just did. We've got our plank reaches. We're going to go out to the side with those ones. So once Bianca's composed herself, I'll get her to show you through those ones. Different variations you can do. So you've got your high knees, which you would have seen us all do before. So high knees, as the name suggests, knees as high as you can, just to that hip height. If you just want to do a march on the spot as well, and just focus on driving the knee, that's totally fine. Then we've got our plank reaches. So you can either do it on the elbows like B's got going on there. You can have it up high. And you can also go on the knees, of course, if you really want to go on the knees to make it a little bit easier. So a few different variations there. Hopefully that facilitates for you all out there. Love to hear what variation you went for as well. So I got 15 seconds. The rest break goes pretty quick. That's okay, isn't it? It's great. Confirmation. Loves a minute 30 rest. There we go. Okay, team, you're on. This is your third of your fourth round. So it's 10 high knees each leg, by the way, if I didn't say that already. I hope I did. No skimping reps. That's what all of our clients always ask us. 10 on each side, 10 all out. It's always the harder variation. Of course it is. So you see here, she's opted for on the knees, maintaining that posture as well. 10 each side. She was excited to finish. She should know better. Through her first round already, I only took her 30 seconds. I'm just going to swap sides, give her some room. There we go, multitasking. Already a minute down, guys. So I want to see how many rounds you can get done. As always, want to ensure control is a priority, which we can see here. Doing really well. Hope you guys are all working hard out there. You're about a minute and a half in, closing in. Not too much to go for the rest of the day. It's more so the getting up and down off the ground, which can be the hard part, of course, especially when you're a bit tired. My colleague's only got one gear, all out. Hope you guys are competitive out there as well. Self-competitive, of course. It's past 2 minutes, guys. Pretty close to that halfway mark through that round. On the home stretch for the day, in fact. So well, B. Great job. It's officially past the halfway mark of that round. Closing in, guys, as many rounds as you can. Bianca's going to get about 20 the way that she's going. All about being self-competitive. Goes without saying, guys, want to make sure you're giving plenty of shout outs in your Yummer group as well. Plenty of banter, plenty of encouragement, of course. So this 2-minute warning coming up. Got our last rest coming up. Fun part, rest. If you do need to take time in between to have rests, of course you can, guys. Getting up and down off the ground seems to get a little bit harder towards the end. Luckily, Bianca has youth on her side. Just about done on this working block, team. Very, very close. Heart rate should be well and truly up. Hopefully you're utilizing your rest periods. Great job. Last minute, this is your final minute sprint, so really start to pick up your intensity. Always finish off strong. Always want your last minute to be all out best you can. Let's remember 10s on each side, guys. Make that 45. I think we might sneak one more pairing in, just. Last 30 seconds, guys, all the way to the end. All that effort. Definitely get the high knees in. Might get the plank reaches in. to maintain good form, of course, aren't we? 15 seconds, all out effort to finish off. Finish off those reps. Make sure you remember how many rounds you got as well. You will be trying to compete against yourself at a later date. Great job in 2, 1. Awesome effort. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Well-earned drinks break. Make sure you get your drinks. Take your time. And that's the other thing too, guys. If we get to the working block and you're still not ready, you can take extra time. That's totally fine. If you're enthusiastic and you want to get stuck straight into things, of course, you can start early. It's not too many of our clients that take us up on that, but maybe you guys do. Okay, our next 2 exercises, we've got lateral lunges. So that's a side lunge. So this one can be a bit tricky. And once again, you can hold on to something in front of you. It can be with a weight. You can do it on the spot, or you can take a small step to get into your long reach. Up to you how you want to go about that one. Okay, so that's 10 all up. So 5 on each side. And then we've got your standard star jumps, which we went through in our warm up as well. And you can take the impact out of that one also. Here we go. Great. Got 30 seconds. Do you want to start early? No, I was joking. You don't have to. That was a firm no, guys, just in case you're wondering. So this is our last working block for the day. And then we'll do a small debrief and then set you all on your days. Hope you're all doing well out there. Going to start that in 10. So once again, you got your lateral lunges. That can be with a weight, without a weight. It can be short range, it can be long range, whatever works best. Then you've got your star jumps. 10 all up this time. Exception to the rule today. It's usually the harder variation, but for your last one, we want to get a bit of a speed round in. So it's a great question though. So it's your last 5 minutes of the day, star jumps. So you can try and get her hands a bit higher, I think. The shoulders are a bit sore from carrying the team, she suggests. So 5 on each side. She can reduce the range if she'd really like, depending on how the knees are feeling. If you have balance issues, of course, hold on to something in front of you. Other variation, guys, if you do struggle with your laterals, you can just do some split squats instead. So there's a few different variations there. So already a minute down. Already got through 1 round of those, 2 rounds of those. So based on that, 8 rounds. I'm going to swap sides, give you some room. It is good with the microphone too, team. I don't have to project my voice. It's always kind for the coaches. Got your star jumps. Like we've touched on, you do have your regress version, take impact out. Don't know if anyone heard my back cracks just then. It's well past a minute and a half now, guys. Not long to go for the day. Love to see our heart rate graphs as well, post-session as always. Hopefully you've remembered your heart rate monitors today. If you have one. If you don't, I've got a few recommendations if you'd like to ask. We've lost count at this stage of the workout, guys, so that's always good. Good sign that we're working hard. So at the halfway mark of this final round of the day, so this is the home stretch. My advice is if you want to have a big finish, start to ease it off a little bit for the next 30 and then start to build it back up for your last 2 minutes. Hopefully you're counting your rounds as well and you remember what you're up to. It's always good. How are we feeling? Lovely. Sweaty, lovely, great. A few adjectives there. Like to hear your adjectives out there, guys. Last 2 minutes of the day. Try and get as much done as you can. You always finish off on a high. Always. Especially in any of our sessions at our clubs, of course. The best exercise of the day is coming up in about a minute and a half time, guys. And that's a rest and a pat on the back. Virtual one, of course. Got through a lot of rounds here. Good job. I'm not surprised, but also it's true. Not having to get up and down does save a lot of time. I agree. I struggle getting out of bed in the morning. It's all right. It's cold here in Melbourne, especially out in the hills. Now, last minute, guys. This is your all-out effort to finish off the day. We've all killed it today, but like I said, always finish off strong. 60 seconds of fun to finish. See how Bianca stepped up her intensity, but she's still maintaining good form, controlled form, most importantly. She's got her breathing, kind of. She'll get one more round of both exercises done, I suspect. Hopefully you guys are counting. Last 30 seconds of the day coming up. And rest time, of course, everyone's favorite debrief. It's personally my favorite part of taking any session, is to get to have conversations and chats and a debrief about how you've just gone. Last 15 seconds, guys. Bianca's going to get her last 10 in. She might even get a few lunges in. Only a few. Maybe a more. No, not in 5 seconds. I don't think so. Great job, guys. In 2, 1, time off. Good work, B. Work, guys. Great. I'm going to let Bianca catch her breath and go for a bit of a walk. Have a drink, my friend. Hope you all did well today, guys. We're starting to step up the intensity of certain sessions. You may have noticed that's another cardio session, of course. Hopefully you all enjoyed it today. My advice past a cardio session is to let your heart rate drop. Don't sit down straight away. Make sure you're walking around, you get your water in, you cool yourself down first before sitting down. Obviously an ample stretch as well. If you have the time, always recommend it in your own time as well. As mentioned a few times today, make sure you're posting all your graphs, your sweaty selfies, banter, interaction, that sort of thing within your community, within your Yammer group. Thank you all once again for another great session. I didn't do much, but you all did. Thanks to this super coach over here, Bianca. You'll probably see a little bit more of her in the next few sessions. So till next time, have a great day. Look after each other. We'll see you soon.